You know, we always get reflective right toward the end of the year. So think about it. 2021, we started with a blast. Then we sort of shifted into that tranquil period. But we're going out like a wild bronco, right? Long slate of issues, obviously, creating this turbulence. But word to the wise, folks, do not let this buck you off this amazing gift that I call the stock market. Yeah, it's volatile right now, probably be volatile next year. Still indices hitting major records. And you know, the market, I think, is always the place to go. It's just how you navigate it. That's why we bring in Michelle Snyder. And Michelle, you actually, I think, saw this volatility coming. Certainly you expressed to me a concern a couple of weeks back. So we're getting it right now. How does your approach change? How did it change to sort of get through these wild gyrations?
Well, what I try to do is have some kind of a major vision to oversee what I do. And when I start over trading and having too many positions on and things get volatile, that vision gets a little cloudy, and especially this time of year when everybody is tired. So I cut back in equities looking into this gyration, but I want to make it real simple, Charles. One of the major reasons is with all of the gyrations we've seen in the market, there's been one thing that has really driven, I think, the overall philosophy in terms of equities, and that's the Russell 2000. If you look at the beginning of 2021 to now, it is flat to slightly underwater, and it's gone sideways. And that is the industrial manufacturing sector of really the United States growth and economy.
Right.
So to me, you can play with tech and you can have all this fun and other stuff, but right now, going into 2022, I have to see some movement there. Whether it's up or down, I don't care. I'll be fluid trader regardless. But until I see something, I'm going to stay kind of low in equities and see what 2022 brings.
And to your point, this is the worst Russell performance vis-a-vis the S&P going back maybe 3 decades. Some are saying, no, it's a buying opportunity. When do you decide it's not? When do you you're going to watch it? When do you decide maybe it is a buying opportunity?
Well, we just tested the bottom of that range again and bounced right off it, and we're smack dab in the middle of the range if we look at IWM 220. I would like to see us at least get back over 220 and then maybe closer to the highs that we saw back in November. Okay. Then I would say this is a great opportunity to get long a lot of stocks that have been also going sideways or been really beaten up.
Let's talk
Until then, I'm really...
Okay, let's talk about something that's been happening for a couple of years now, and that's all the money coming into this market, because a lot of it's going to one place. And Cathie Wood kind of brought this up yesterday, saying there wasn't a stock bubble. She's saying there was a stock bubble, but it's not in tech. Now, instead, she says it's an index fund. And, you know, when I read the headline, I thought she was kind of, you know, I had to read these details. And I kind of tend to agree that there is something about this index fund, this index investing, that can go the opposite way. Should people be cautious about just only investing in index funds?
Absolutely. They lack imagination. And I think there's something that we're going to see emerge into 2022 is that you have to think outside of the box. And if you're not thinking about inflation, if you're one of these people that's sort of snapping it off as transitory, I really believe in every fiber of my body that is wrong. We are going into a super cycle of commodities. Just look at today's action. Precious metals are outperforming. Look at all of the other commodities, food commodities. These things have not even begun to really impact what could happen if we don't see real growth in 2022, and that's stagflation. She's not mentioning that. She's all about disruptive tech.
A lot of people
right now, ARK Fund's not.
A lot of people have stopped talking about stagflation, but you're always ahead of the curve, Michelle. So when you say it, I do perk up. Have a Merry Christmas, my friend. Now I hand it over to Liz Claman.